Hey everybody, it's Deanna with toolsofelnergyprotection.com, your energy shift expert and Akashic Records advisor. If you can hear me out there, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Good to see everybody tonight. It is, let's see here. It is March 22nd, 2022. And tonight's subject is psychic attack is on the rise. And this has really been an interesting subject. It's not something that normally stands out to me. However, when you see client after client contacting you with the same kind of information, the same kind of challenge or energy to be cleared, you start to get the picture. So welcome aboard, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me here for Tuesday Night Live. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them down in the feed, whether you're with me live or whether you're on one of my other platforms, YouTube or my website, toolsofelnergyprotection.com. And I'll be more than happy to answer your questions. So let's get on with tonight's topic. Tonight, we are talking about psychic attack being on the rise. How many of you out there have been feeling like you're being attacked, like you're more depressed than normal, you're not able to stay emotionally in balance, or things just seem to be going wrong all the time, and you're like, what the heck, you know? Can you give me a thumbs up, a hands up, and let me know that that's how you're feeling out there? Thank you. Oh, look at you all. Thank you so much. And again, if you're on the recording or one of my other platforms, please feel free to, give me a thumbs up there as well, or a comment, because there is so much going on, and I do look at all my platforms to get a feel for what's going on in the heartbeat of the earth, and I'm just seeing tons of thumbs up. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what I'm about to share with you might be shocking. What I'm about to share with you is something that I've never really publicly shared, because I usually share this with my private clients when we're working together. The times that we're living through right now are calling for unusual measures for highly sensitive people, empaths, starseeds alike. Because we, ladies and gentlemen, are under attack. We are the light of this planet. We are the salt of the earth. And there's an ambiguous they behind the scenes that would like nothing better than to squash out our fire. We are the salt of the earth. We have been called to a work. The Bible says many are chosen, but few are called. And you are being called. You are being called to shine light into an otherwise dark world. You are being asked to anchor the vibration of love and of joy and of centeredness and of peace and in balance in a time where the world scene looks like what the 30-year-olds call a hot mess. Little comedy in each and every show. So if you're watching tonight, I'm going to ask you to please understand that what I'm about to tell you may be extremely disturbing. My prayer is that the video will remain posted and that it won't be taken down by the ambiguous they. But one never knows. So here goes. The ambiguous they are people that have abilities like highly sensitive people, psychics, empaths, starseeds have. But they have a different agenda than those of us that would like to live in a more harmonious planet. And so they are driving fear. The reason they're driving fear is because it creates an energy, it creates a vibration. And when there is enough of that vibration, it gets a momentum. There's something called a momentum operator. And that momentum spreads out over a certain mass or population. in this case, pretty much the entire population of the planet. And when people are in fear, they will do anything to avoid pain and to seek pleasure. Breathe that in for a moment before I tell you about the attack, before I tell you what's happening. The human mind is designed to seek pleasure and avoid pain. So, if you desire for a bunch of cattle or sheep to move forward, you usually get one or two in the front to lead, and you drive them in the direction that you want them to go. And they will generally go when there's a leader and they want to avoid pain or they're being herded. So for those of us that are sensitives, highly sensitive folks, empaths, starseeds, we are shining our light. We are finding a center in our life, no matter how dark it is, no matter how much depression or anxiety or bad habits that you have. You are finding a center. You're doing the best you can to find that center and to know beyond a shadow of a doubt that you are good enough, that God Spirit Source loves you, that you are worthy, that you are deserving, that you have a right to clean water, you have a right to plenty of food, healthy food. You have a right to be able to access things you need to live a healthy life. So in other words, we're not following the ambiguous they's agenda. We're not following what we're being told to do, which is to live in fear. That's what they want us to do, because when you're in fear, you're more easily led. And you will do what you are told because you don't want to deal with whatever the fear is. So here's the big reveal. This is what you might find to be disturbing. There are entities and energies that are dark or lower vibrational, such as feeling forsaken or unloved, depression, anxiety, phobia, let's say depression already, toxic shame, all kinds of those energies. And all of us as empaths or starseeds or highly sensitive persons are either working through trauma, at one time have felt trauma, maybe we still have a wound we're working on to make ourselves better, to be more enlightened, to spread the light to the world. How many of you out there like that? And as long as you are centered and balanced, you're doing good. And so the ambiguous they have got people like me that clear energies sending out energies. Sending out fear vibration energies to land upon people who are of the light. To land upon people who are anchoring the light, being the light, doing light work. They are specifically sending those nasty energies out to stick to us like decay on a cavity, maybe. And I see I'm losing a few people here on the live feed. Maybe they didn't want to hang out long enough to hear the truth. Maybe it wasn't what they were looking for. But that is what is so disturbing. Not only are they putting fear into your media, all of it. If it's electronic and you can look at it, it's media. But they're putting fear into the atmosphere. And people with spidey senses are feeling it. And I'm getting a lot of hearts and thumbs up. So I know those of you that are sticking with me get it. So some of the things that you might watch for, because I did promise on my little description here, to identify the danger. You now know what it is. And how do you rid yourself of the unwanted energy? All right, so let's get to that quickly. Again, what you're watching for in your own personal self is any wound that you have. So if you were emotionally abused or neglected, or didn't, get the interaction you needed as a small child, that's still up in here in your brain. And you might be working actively to heal yourself and move forward in your life and be that light. And what my clients have been reporting to me is over the last couple of weeks, they have felt really bad habits coming back that they were done with or almost had squashed out. Others are struggling with addiction. It's like they want to go back, but they know they shouldn't, and they thought they were done with it. My favorite one that I heard was one of my clients called them and said, I am having a worry extravaganza. A worry extravaganza. I just thought that was absolutely priceless. So they're worried about everything. If you find that comical, send me a smiley face. I mean, it's not funny that you're worrying, but it's funny to think about it as an extravaganza. So the ambiguous they is sending out a signal. And they have people that are gifted spiritually, but are on the dark side. And they are sending out what I call flying monkeys. You ever seen The Wizard of Oz? If you haven't seen the old school version of Wizard of Oz, maybe you can go and Google it, flying monkeys video. But the witch at that time had monkeys to do her bidding. And so she was sending them off, and they were flying off to go take things or pick things up. And I am telling you now, there are flying monkeys, not literal, but figurative, that are dark entities that have been sent out to squash the light. That's you. So again, you might be feeling like old habits are coming back. You're struggling with addiction. You're worried about everything, and you're off balance and you're off center. And here comes something else. And they're attaching in your spidey senses, like ticks, fleas, hair lice. They're attaching in your spidey senses, and they're getting your vibration off, and they are real. So, as promised, now you know how to identify the danger. Now you know what it is. And now I'm going to tell you how to rid yourself of these unwanted energies. Get your vibration high. Get your life into perspective. If you worry about something, is it going to solve it? Or is it easier to write down what your concerns are before you go to bed at night? Ask for your angels and guides to come and help you, to assist you to see the truth of the situation, and know there's certain things you can control and certain things you can't control, and that you will be provided a path through it all. God, Spirit, or Source has you in the palm of his hand, or her hand if you prefer. You are loved. You are cherished. You are the salt of the earth. Do you think for 1 minute that the divine creator source of all, who assigned you to be a light in this time, on this planet, during all this chaos, would leave you on the side of the road? Would dissolve you into salt water and then spew you out of his mouth? No. Hold on to that which is true and joyful. Pray, meditate, fast, read something enlightening. Today it was incredible. I was in my office creating copy, creating more assignments for the Spiritual Awakening Academy, and all of my poop, if you will, my ADD, if you will, my I'm worried about this, I'm worried about this, oh, I got to do this, I got to take care of this, I better take care of that, came up. The shiny objects were all over my office. I looked like, what is it, Harry Potter and one of those things for the golden mean, where they're all going around trying to find the little golden mean, capture it. I had tons of them in my office. And I knew that it was the ambiguous they sending out the signal, sending out the dark entities, the flying monkeys, so to speak. And I had to clear myself several times today. And I kept asking, am I a magnet? Is it something within me that I'm drawing this stuff to myself? No. Well, some of it, you know, we all have stuff we're working on. But what it was the frequency to get me off course in preparing more materials for the Spiritual Awakening Academy. For getting things ready for all of you. For calling my clients. For creating connections with you all. And that was trying to knock me off my game. So, drink plenty of water. Get adequate rest. Make a list of what you can do and the things that you can't. And ask God's Spirit or Source to help you with the rest. Send angels, send help. That's how you beat it. If you're still having challenges, I would like for you to know that I will be at For Heaven's Sakes Books in Denver doing one-to-one appointments. That means you and me privately, nobody else, unless you bring a friend and you want them to sit in. If you don't live in Denver, don't worry. No worries. You can do a session with me on the phone. You can do a session with me in what's called Zoom. It's an easy, free app. You can download it and I'll send you a link. So if you need some help brushing off these little mites, these little lice or ticks, because you can't get them, you can't reach them, you don't know where they're hiding. Who knows, maybe they're in your Akashic Records bleeding over into this life, don't know. But if your desired outcome is to flick them off so that you can have a fighting chance to anchor the light, be centered, be full of joy, find a positive life, find a positive path, then give me a call at the bookstore at 303-964-9339. I'll post it down here on Facebook, YouTube, so that you can get the phone number if you can't look up the number, if you can't find it. But this is such a stressful time for many people. And I don't like saying that because I don't want to put juju or energy on it. But there's so many of you that are needing and seeking help right now. So I will be in Denver Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, because I know some of you said, hey, Deanna, I can't make it during the week. So I've opened up Saturday. You know those appointments are gonna book up fast. I opened up evening appointments the last 2 weeks and they booked in less than an hour. So if you're needing help, here's your chance. Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. And Friday and Saturday are discounted. So if you're like, my gosh, the gas just costs so much, I can hardly get anywhere. And you're needing a little discount, call the store 303-964-9339 and get on for Friday and Saturday. And if you need to do it by phone because you can't afford the gas, or Zoom platform like this because you can't afford the gas, that's fine. Let's do it. But let's get you uprighted. Let's give you a fighting chance. Let's tell those flying monkeys to go back to their witch. And I don't mean anything about witches bad or wrong. There's wonderful like that, but it's just the Wizard of Oz. You know, that's what they were depicting. Remember, they had Glinda the Good Witch. But what I'm saying is that it is paramount. It is important. It is urgent. It is your calling. Stand up and fight for your birthright. Many are called, few are chosen. You want to be chosen? You want to be surrounded with love and light? You want your path to be easier? It's not going to be without strife. But with God's Spirit or Source, there's this amazing path. Things just work for you. They open up one step after the next. You know, it's like you're in a house on fire, but your way seems to be easier and it's sure. So I hope that makes sense to you. All right, I'm going to look down here in the feed. If you have any questions, please feel free to put them down here for the live. Also, if you're watching this later and you put a question down there, or you can private message me on Facebook and YouTube the same way. I do have an announcement for a free reading for you to enter a contest to win. So please don't go away. Let's see. Hi, Rex. Hi, Tammy. Good to see you. Hi, Deborah, Missy. Let's see. Carol, good to see you. Becky, hey, haven't seen you in a while. V-Love, good to see you. Kelly, hi, good to see you. Amelia, let's see here. Missy says she offers love and light to everyone and little coming back. Missy, as you are meditating, I would like for you to connect into divine love. You know, set your intent to connect your spidey senses to divine love and allow that to flow through you so you don't deplete yourself. All right, let's see. Let's see here. And then hi to Angie. Hi to Melissa. Let's see here. Hi to Natalie. Good to have you aboard. Deanna, good to have you aboard. Rosemary, nice to see you. Get in touch with me about the worried business, the worry extravaganza. Becky says it makes it hard to sleep. Absolutely, the energies are just crazy. When you're preparing to sleep, make sure you bring the light and surround yourself. That'll help you. Let's see here. Yes, Angie says she got uncomfortable watching the news, so she turned it off. Good for you. We are supposed to stay awake, aware, and alert. We are supposed to be aware of what's going on, but it doesn't mean that we have to bathe ourselves in the drama. Let's see here. Hi to Craig. Good to see you aboard, Craig. Okay, Larissa, good to see you. I believe it is Jolynn. Good to see you. Absolutely. Welcome aboard. Okay, so here is what I'm offering. Tonight, after the live, it'll be a couple of hours from now, I'm going to go and take this video and put it on YouTube. So if you're watching this later, that's what I did. And what I'm going to be offering are 2 free 20-minute readings. So if you're really needing a reading and you just can't, you know, seem to squeeze the money out of the gas money, I'm offering 2 free readings. So here's what that looks like. On YouTube, you go over to YouTube channel, just type my name in there, it'll pop up, or you can go to toolsofenergyprotection.com. On the blog, there'll be a YouTube video. You just click on it and it'll take you over to my channel. And in there, you ask one single question about the what you'd like to know in the Akashic Records. So another way to say that is you might post, what do the Akashic Records have to say about my love life, because I feel like I can never find the love of my life. okay? Those are the kind of questions we're looking for. And you post them down below. You have to like, if you haven't already, the YouTube channel. Then post your question below. You can say things like, you know, will me and my boyfriend be together forever? Well, that's not really an Akashic Records question, but I can work that out for you. It'd be more like, what do the Akashic Records show about our relationship in past lives? And so what I'm going to do, it is March 22nd, 2022. And everybody who finds last week's video, this week's video, I'm going to announce the winner, 2 winners on April the 5th. Okay, April the 5th. And so how to enter to win is that you find this video on YouTube. Like I said, it'll be a couple of hours and I'll post it. And then you ask your question down below, your Akashic Records question down below. And then I will choose 2 people to receive a free 20-minute reading. Okay? And I will reach out to you and let you know. So if I put on your YouTube post, because I won't have your email address, you know what your question is, I will hit reply and I'll say, you've won, please contact me. And then I'll do those 2 20-minute free readings. Okay? So anyway, that's it for tonight. I really appreciate everybody tuning in, and I appreciate all of your questions and everything that's going on right now. And if you have any other questions, please post them down below. And thank you again for sharing your time with me tonight. And if you are needing a session or you'd like to clear the energies or get rid of the flying monkeys, go to toolsofenergyprotection.com, click on sessions. I did put a link right up here on Facebook that you can use at any time, and schedule a session. We'll get together, we'll clean the memes off of you, and I'll teach you some new shielding techniques. So that's it for now. Have a great and wonderful night. Big hugs and kisses to you all.